the north, the Yaller horn is about to sound and send two teams to battle here at US Bank Stadium in Minneapolis, Minnesota. Today, a good one in store here between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Minnesota Vikings. Will Reichert has it all teed up, and we're off from US Bank Stadium. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. First give of the game here to Chase Brown. And some excellent work on this play. It takes him a while to get to him downfield.
I can assure you of one thing. That carry just brought some extra work in the opening quarter. You couldn't script that run any better.
One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. Burrow now on first down. Caught for big yards on the right side. And he can't escape a quick tackle after the catch. Tackles at the 20. They strike for 23 yards. And it sets up a Cincinnati first down.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
A new set of downs awaits them. Here's 1st and 10. Working inside the red zone. Caught near the pylon. And he's out just before he can hit the end zone, but what a nice 1st and goal here from the 2.
It was such a privilege for me to watch Marvin Harrison and Reggie Wayne in person in Indianapolis do their work. Daryl Jackson out in Seattle. They showed how great a deep out is as a chain-moving play. It's all about getting that leverage at the top of the route and then exploiting the leverage as that ball arrives on time downfield.
Brown will not get past the line. He's held up at the 4.
Kate, I'll never forget walking into the Hall of Famer Dwight Freeney's meeting room with those defensive linemen. The late, great John Tierlink, his coach, he had a little sign up in his office, and it was sacks, and that money sign was the S, because ends and D linemen make their money with sacks. But you win games when they stop the run like that for a tackle for loss.
And he's going to take this in. Touchdown, Cincinnati! The Bengals take a 6-0 lead on their opening drive. So a touchdown on the board for them, Brock, as they start this game off a perfect 1-for-1 offensively.
Yeah, I'm going to call that scripting for success right there. Can't do it much better than that. And listen, when you script these first plays, you don't always know who the targets are going to be. It's really then relying upon what the defense is trying to take away. They couldn't take away that big old tight end.
Here's McPherson on to handle the kickoff. Return coming from the 6. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20. Vikings to the line now. Here's 1st and 10. First carry here for Aaron Jones. Well, maybe the rest of the game's going to be headed in the proper direction, Brock, but their first play winds up going backwards.
That's a pretty good look right there at the struggle offensive linemen have. Athletically, they're just not as fast as these linebackers, and if they don't win early, those linebackers outrun them and make a play like that behind the line.
Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. Play action, McCarthy. Rolling out to his left. Pass is caught. It's T.J. Hawkinson. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. I'm not going to call this a must-score drive here in this first quarter, Brock, but when your opponents start the game with 6, it feels like you need some sort of answer.
You need a response, right? You need a response. You don't need all these home runs or big highlights. You just need to keep matriculating that ball down the field.
1st and 10. It's McCarthy. Flushed out of the pocket. That one's incomplete. Had the connection, but some stone hands got in the way there.
Kate, this quarterback gets out of the pocket, genuinely a coin toss whether he's going to keep it with his legs or put in the air. Sigh of relief there defensively as that ball falls incomplete.
After the incompletion, they come up on 2nd and 10. McCarthy operating from the pistol. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's tackled after getting this to the opposing 46. Give him an even 10 yards on the play. And it'll bring up a Minnesota 1st down.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
New set of downs for him from the 46. They're giving it to Jones on the option. And he maneuvers through the middle for a gain of 4.
That run's not going to turn many heads, but at the end of the year, I promise you, if you average over 5 yards a run, you're going to be a Pro Bowler.
1st down run, nabs him 5, now 2nd and 5. Jones once more. And he's going to manage a lone yard on that drive up the gut. Play brought to an end by Logan Wilson.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
3rd down and 4 now. This is the 7th play in this drive. On play action now, McCarthy. That one's caught by Jefferson. And he's going to be brought down at the 23-yard line. The big play nets him 17 yards. And that's going to give the Vikings the 1st down.
These QBs make it look easy, but that requires such a large amount of body control when you throw it on the move. You got to be able to get the same accuracy you would if your feet are set. Sure takes a lot of repetition to make it look easy.
Here's McCarthy on 1st and 10. Escapes the pocket. He'll check this one down, complete to the fullback. And he's brought down after a short gain.
It's one thing to draw all these routes up when you're in the pocket. It's quite another when a play breaks down. Timing on routes change when you leave the pocket and scramble. What a great adjustment to still deliver a clean ball.
Second down now, 7 to go. From the shotgun, McCarthy. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete. Defense hasn't really found its backbone yet, but maybe just a little sliver of light between the clouds here as they bring up 3rd down.
Yeah, you're not going to likely keep points off the board, but if you can come through with one more stop and limit it to a field goal, yeah, that's at least something to build from.
the air. McCarthy escapes out to the left. Looking Hawkinson, he's got it. And he takes it in for the Minnesota touchdown. The Vikings finish off their opening drive. It's a T.J. Hawkinson touchdown. Well, no hesitations to start this one out, Brock. These guys came out slinging it. Seems like that's going to be what their offense leans on throughout this game.
Yep, don't see really any reason to get away from it as long as the results keep coming. The second drive, I think we'll all be watching that one. Will they mix in a little bit more run? Will they have to mix in more run, or can they continue to just shred this defense through the air?
Now it's Will Reichert on for the extra point. Didn't get that one off in time. This is going to be a delayed game. Can't get the play off in time, and I'm going to wager the call is going to come in much quicker, Brock, for this next snap. They'll get another chance to knock the extra point through. Extra distance, no problem for him as his kick is good. We've got a tie ball game now as they send this away. And nope, not chancing this one. Knee down for a touchback. Good starting field position awaits the Bengals as they get set for 1st and 10. And they blow up the opening play of this drive. Love the aggressiveness from this defense.
You know what that felt like to me, Kate? That felt like a little bit of overthinking, where he was just waiting for the perfect lane and the breakaway run. But against defenses in this league, you hesitate, you get tackled for a loss.
Hoping to head in the right direction and save this drive early. Here's 2nd and 13. Play action now. Burrow. Caught, nice gain left side. And he is stopped with authority there, but that stop came later than they'd like as he gets a good bit and that first down. They get 22 on that one. And it'll be 1st down, Bengals. Burrow setting up the play action. On the move, headed right. Throwing this back in the end zone. Oh my, it's intercepted. The end zone. Harrison Smith with the INT.
Red zone defense. It is a part of the practice week at least twice, Thursdays, Fridays, even tuning it up on Saturdays, because it's all about protecting in the red zone. And not only protecting points, but taking the ball away. That is a gold star effort by the defense.
He'll cobble together a yard there. B.J. Hill, the one to bring him down. That's the end of one. Both teams with a little luck finding the end zone early. Hopefully no shortage of excitement coming up in the second. More from US Bank Stadium after the break. We're ready now for the second quarter to begin. Vikings in control of it. They're looking down to 2nd and 9. Off play action. It's McCarthy. Buying some time right. Downfield, he's got Hawkinson. And they're going to have it all the way down near the 25.
The analytics are pretty clear. It's hard to move the ball in this league with short little dinks and dunks. You've got to get the explosive chunk. You got to get the big play. And that throw to the outside, that gets the job done.
Things looking totally different after that last play. It's 1st and 10 inside the opposing 30. They'll go play action here. It's McCarthy. He rolls to his right. Finds him on the crossing route. And he's out of bounds on a gain that takes him into the red zone, Brock, inside the 15. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first.
Don't you feel sometimes, Kate, up here in the booth when we get to see things develop, we're playing the same guessing game that defenses are on those kind of plays? Is he planning on keeping it or just waiting for a throw to develop and get open? That time the QB did a terrific job of finding that outlet.
Offense set for a 1st and 10. McCarthy gonna keep it himself. They pitch it out to him here. And 2nd down's gonna be a good bit tougher. He can't even get back to the line. This play loses yards.
It's not just these offenses in the league that love to move their chess pieces around. These defensive guys, they can do the same. And having that sub-linebacker flying to the outside and making the play, well, that was like a rook destroying a pawn.
Operating from the gun, it's McCarthy. Now he takes it. And he'll get this inside the 10 to the 9.
You know, that may have been a situation when you look back on it and he watches the tape the next day, and he's got to find a way to throw the ball because his running ability, while it gets him some yards, is not enough to get the 1st down.
They come to the line here, and this is 3rd and 6. McCarthy throwing here. That throw's knocked away and incomplete. 4th down coming up.
You know, I say this all the time. You get down there to the red zone, and things happen so fast. Those windows close in a hurry. The quarterback's fortunate that was one hand and not two hands that got on the football. Well, I know once that drive stalls out, that's where it really pays to have that reliable kicker on the sideline ready to bail you out. And he knocks that one right through to give him the lead.
Here's Reichert set to kick this away. McCole Hardman now on the return. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line. Starting out trips right here. 1st and 10. Going play action here. Burrow. It's another first half mistake. He's intercepted again. And the Vikings are going to have it after his 2nd interception of the season. Minnesota into formation. It's 1st and 10. It's Jones on the toss. Small gain there, maybe 3 if he's lucky to begin this drive.
That is simply a stay on schedule kind of run. Nothing more, nothing less, just right on schedule.
They'll come up after that 4-yard gain. It's 2nd and 6. McCarthy buying some time left. He takes it himself. And McCarthy slides to the ground here, but not before picking up the first.
You know, Kate, back in the day, we had a slip and slide at practice for moments just like that. Actually practicing how to slide and get out of harm's way. Nice gain on the play, and denied that defense yet another chance to take a shot on him.
Here's McCarthy, 1st and 10. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Jordan Addison, the intended target. And we'll see what they do here on 2nd down.
Kate, it just kind of feels like they've met their match with this defense. So many plays, well, they just not ended the way they were drawn up. Fortunately, well, their defense is doing the same. You really feel like which offense can get into rhythm is going to find a way to win this game.
Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Couldn't connect with Jordan Addison. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long.
Fairly safe to say as that one falls incomplete this first half so far, well, it's not met the standard they set for themselves.
McCarthy throwing on 3rd down. And oh, he got it! Interception! Cam Taylor-Britt picks it off. Cincinnati into formation. It's 1st and 10. This drive will begin with a run by Brown.
That's got to be so frustrating for the runner. You're fighting the good fight. You even rip through a tackle to stay afloat, but the blocking can't buy you enough time or room to even get back to the line of scrimmage.
All right, here we go. 2nd down. Off the play fake, Burrow. It's out. That's a live ball bouncing near the goal line. And the Vikings have recovered. And he gets to it in the end zone. This is going to be a touchdown. The Vikings grow their lead off the turnover. Reichert on for the point after. The point after splits the uprights. And the Vikings make it a 10-point ball game. Still reeling a little after fumbling that away, but they're going to get it right back with this kickoff. Hardman with a return. And he's brought down just inside the 25. Bengals getting set, Brock. Here comes 1st and 10. Burrow on the play action. Oh, it put some heat on this deep ball. Left side. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
Defender's not going to be thrilled the catch was almost made on his watch, but more importantly, he breaks it up. Gives him a chance to do a little jawing after the play. Lets the other guy know he roughed him up and cost him that catch.
They'll try something else from the 27 this time. 2nd and 10. Now a give. It's Brown headed right. Well, a lot of effort there, partner, but no results. He fought through that one stop, but only managed to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Where one defender failed, well, his buddy was there to swarm to the ball and make that play just as it gets to the line of scrimmage.
And the Vikings add an extra defensive back for this third down. So it's the 2-minute warning here from Minneapolis. And it's the Bengals dealing with third and still 10 to go. Still 10 yards to get this first down as they come to the line. On third down, here's Burrow. That is caught. This is Fant working downfield. And he's going to take this down to the opposing 44. He picks up 28 on the play. And it sets up a Cincinnati first down.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On third down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity. Man, did he make an impact play.
Now a shotgun handoff to Brown. And they do get him down, but the damage is done. This gets down inside the 35-yard line. They get an even 10 on that play. And it'll be first down, Bengals. Out of the shotgun, Burrow. Short pass brought in. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. Bengals have to move here. Clock's running as they hustle to the line. Burrow out of the shotgun. Trying for the deep ball. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
You know what that route is called, right, Kate? OTB. Over the ball. And those are the ones you've got to hit. You've got to be able to play offense from the inside out. Got to find a completion right there.
Third down and 4 now. This is the 7th play in this drive. Burrow to the air now. Dumped off to his running back. And he stopped cold at the spot. Ooh, he paid for that one, but hey, still enough for that first down. We get a timeout now from the Bengals. That's going to be their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. A new set of downs forthcoming. It's 1st and 10. Running back sent in motion. 1st and 10 now. Here's Burrow. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Targets have far less room to work in this red zone, Brock, but down this close as a former quarterback, I'm just going to assume you got to feel like he should have been able to hold on through whatever.
Yeah, and every once in a while you get in that huddle and you remind him, now listen, guys, it's going to be contested. We know this. It's a physical game, all 100 yards up and into the red zone and end zone. But when you get down here, you've got to come up with contested catches, and he couldn't.
And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. Cincinnati uses its 2nd timeout. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half.
This is one of those occasions that it looks so promising when you take off as a quarterback, and then you're reminded just how fast these defenses are in the NFL. Couldn't quite move the chains, but it wasn't for a lack of trying.
3rd and short, it's Burrow. He brings it in. He's got the Cincinnati touchdown. The Bengals make it a 1-score game before halftime. McPherson to add the point after. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Bengals cut it to a field goal game. Volley set up and it's away. Just a 3-point game now. He'll take this at the 10. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Down to 12 seconds before halftime as they come to the line. First and 10, it's McCarthy. Short pickup to their own 31. Stopped by the rookie that time, Demetrius Knight. Just before halftime, we get a timeout taken. Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Back to throw it. And this falls incomplete with just 2 seconds remaining.
Just cannot afford right here, Kate, to go 3 and out. Not when you watched your counterpart score a touchdown. Gotta cling to that lead and find a way to convert this 3rd down. It's a big one. And cut off some of the mojo from the other side.
All right, this is going to be the play that takes us to halftime. Zone read, this is Jones. And he could not break beyond the line, so that's how our half's gonna end. That's halftime of this contest. We'll join both teams in taking a short break. More of the NFL on EA Sports in just a moment. Here's McPherson on to handle the kickoff. Starting from the 5. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20. Offense showing trips out right as they get set for this 1st and 10. Back to throw. Here's McCarthy. And he let his man just a little too much there. That's an incomplete pass. Trying to find his tight end. And now it's 2nd down. Well, he already has himself 1 interception in this game, partner, and throws like that are going to find him another if he isn't careful.
Yep, those are the throws you want to intersperse, kind of sprinkle into your passing game, because if they become the norm and you're constantly thrown into coverage, that's when 1 pick becomes 2, 2 becomes 3, and on and on and on.
Forced out to his right. That one's complete, right side. And he crosses the sideline a yard or 2 beyond, it looks like the 30.
Timing on routes change when you leave the pocket. It really does become, well, the schoolyard. And you got to scramble around. What a great adjustment to still deliver a clean ball.
3rd down, here's Jones. He's fighting all he can, but won't get that final yard. They're going to have 4th down coming up.
It's weird to say, and it certainly won't show up on the stat sheet, but I want to give a lot of credit to that runner. Even though it didn't gain a yard, it actually took a heck of an effort just to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Here's Jones. And he'll get them enough for a 1st down.
He only needed an inch, Kate, and it was a good thing because he had to fight for that. That defense put up a game effort, nearly made the play to get themselves off the field.
Ball at the 33 for 1st down. McCarthy going to keep it himself. And he's not able to escape. The zone read doesn't work. It's going to cost him a couple of yards, too.
It's easy for me to say up here in the friendly confines of the booth, Kate, but that was not the right read. And you hate seeing him absorb yet another hit at the end of the play. You never want him taking unnecessary shots throughout this game.
Completed over the middle. And he is stopped as he reaches that 46-yard line. It's a great pickup, 16 yards, and now they've got 1st down.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. They hit a curl route of that length. It takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
New set of downs for him from the 46. First and 10, here's Jones. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. He managed 6 on the play, bringing up 2nd and 4.
That does not show up on any explosive stat sheet, but let me tell you, Kate, that's the real deal right there. you run for that kind of yardage consistently in the NFL, you do set yourself up for success.
2nd and 4. And the Bengals are too much. They take him down. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
Wow, it has been such a good day offensively for the guys up front. That's actually the first sack by this defense. And now comes the real question mark. Will it lead to more? Or will this offense learn a lesson and get back to the rhythm they've been in protecting?
Here he is on 3rd and long. Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass.
This defense, they had a plan. And they've done an excellent job executing it. Instead of a main character, they've reduced this receiver to a footnote. Kudos to the job collectively on defense.
And some textbook work covering that punt. It is stopped after almost nothing on the return. Cincinnati into formation. It's 1st and 10. Here's Brown to start the drive. And some excellent work to drive them all the way up past the 30-yard line. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the 1st down.
Okay, to run like that, just everybody gets to breathe. Things become so much easier when you start a drive with momentum like that.
Play action now. Burrow. Headed out right. And the Vikings rush brings him down. And that sack drives him in the wrong direction, partner, ahead of this 2nd down.
And right there's the danger, Kate, when you put the ball in the air. How many times do we see these coordinators, when you get a nice run, right, you gain some steam on the ground, you stick with the ground game. They don't, they call the pass, and the defense reacts, and reacts well with a sack.
Trying again following the sack. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And it's a nice gain, but still not enough for the 1st.
Year after year, the best offenses are multifaceted. It's not just the receivers or the tight ends that can make plays through the air. When you get running backs that can attack the middle of the field like that, man, is it difficult on the defense.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Chased out to his right. Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete. Looking for his wide receiver there. So that brings up 4th and long.
I'm not going to be surprised at all, Kate, if we see more of this. Just trying to find some answer, extend plays, be creative, try different things, because nothing really consistently has gone well for him today.
Looking to throw. Throw caught by his running back. And he's brought to a stop after he found plenty of room to run.
That's just awesome, Kate. A little bit of multitasking on that catch. Primary focus, as I always say, is you got to catch it first. But out of the corner of his eye, he knew exactly where to go, and he gets a bunch of yak on top of it.
New set of downs for him at the 38. Now a give. It's Pirine headed left. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that 1st down play.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard running backs say there's just sometimes you got to run into darkness. Just go where there is no lane and hope that something opens along the way. That linebacker said, not this time.
Now, nothing doing on the last run. It's 2nd and 10. Burrow setting up the play action. Bails out of the pocket quick. Stays in bounds and makes the catch. And he's going to go out with a pickup of 3, so chipping away a few here ahead of this 3rd down.
There's no negatives ever on a grade sheet for a completion, but that's one of those situations. If you're going to take a risk and throw an out route, you'd sure like to see a little bit more yardage gained.
Nice drive here. It's up to 8 plays as they get set for 3rd and 6. Three quarters in the books from this one. It's Bengals football, and they know what they need to do, trailing here in the fourth. Nice drive here. It's up to 8 plays as they get set for 3rd and 6. From the gun on 3rd down, it's Burrow. And they get him right at the line of scrimmage.
Feet and eyes, Kate. Feet and eyes. They so often tell the story of every position on the field. When that quarterback's feet and eyes move to his secondary read, and so often it's a tight end, well, it's incumbent on that defense to fly to the ball. You want to make that tackle, force the 4th down? It took a great defensive effort to do it.
Down a score. They're going to go for this on 4th down. Desperation time here. He's got it to his running back. And he's going to take this in. Touchdown, Cincinnati! The Bengals take a 4th quarter lead. So that, Brock, an important score here as they move out in front.
You know, Kate, this is the time of the game where fatigue starts to set in every once in a while. But that right there was a determined-looking drive. They were not going to be denied and able to score and take the lead.
Here's McPherson on to handle the kickoff. Has this at the 6. Good work so far. He's got room. And great starting field position here as they bring him down beyond the 40.
Trailing by 1 score late here, Kate. Maybe this is the return. Maybe this is what helps them get right back into it. Good field position now to start their most important series yet of this game.
Off the play fake, it's McCarthy. Throw left side, brought in by Hawkinson. And this one's brought to an end well downfield from that line of scrimmage.
I think every quarterback around the world would agree, Kate. You love throwing a short pass to a tight end and then give that guy a chance to show off his speed in the open field. He outruns defense to make it a much bigger game.
Last shot took him right down to the front of the red zone. Here's 1st down. Working inside the red zone. Got to him right as he threw it, and it falls to the ground. No luck finding his receiver that time, so it'll be 2nd down.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
After the incomplete pass, here comes 2nd and 10. Here he goes on the bootleg. Flushed out of the pocket. Oh, he's got it. It's in close. And this is down all the way to the 3. That's a pickup of 17 yards, partner, and it makes it 1st and goal. On play action now, McCarthy. Vacates quickly left side. And he finds him in the end zone for the Minnesota touchdown. The Vikings take a 4th quarter lead. It's a T.J. Hawkinson touchdown. His 2nd scoring catch of the game. Well, we all know that he's somebody they like to have working down near the end zone, Brock, and there is so many ways they know how to use him down there.
Yeah, things are constantly different down there when you're trying to defend him, which is what makes defending him so tough, borderline impossible at times. He can make the smallest little tweaks to his route just like a receiver would, and it's a totally different animal, a nightmare for these defenses.
Hardman with a return. And this drive will start inside the 25. Bengals getting set, Brock. Here comes 1st and 10. Brown on the inside give. Now, this drive's quickly headed in the wrong direction. First play set down behind the line.
You know, that's so hard for me, Kate. That's the type of effort that deserves better when it comes to the results. It's going to show up as a negative run on the stat sheet, but that was not the runner's fault. He did all he could to fight to get back to the line, but this defense just kept swarming.
Pass him on the quick hitter. And talk about a good gain when they needed it. That's 13 on 2nd down. Now only a yard to go here on 3rd. Injury on the field after that play, and that looks like Chase Brown, who's getting some help from the medical staff. From the gun, Piron. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stops. 6 yards on the play and enough for a first.
I don't know what it is, Kate, but I love 3rd down runs. I really do. I know the receivers don't always like it because money down, they want the ball, but a 3rd down run for a 1st down could be so demoralizing to that defense.
Slot man in motion right. It's a sweep. He pops the pass forward. They're on him behind the line, and the give to the receiver doesn't work. Offense to the line for 2nd down. Burrow setting to throw. And for one of the few times this game, Brock, a target his way does not connect. It's incomplete. And they've got to figure things out on 3rd down.
Kid, I'm just kind of laughing because I could feel the armchair quarterbacks going, I can make that throw. And anybody who's actually made those throws says you have no idea what it feels like with everybody breathing down your neck. That play's got to be right, timed up right, and it certainly wasn't. Kate, I've talked to you over the years of the transition to the NFL where the windows to throw are small. On 3rd down, smaller. Put dime defense on the field, and those windows become almost non-existent.
Down a score. They're going to go for this on 4th down. He's back to throw. He fires one deep down the middle. Oh no, they get him yet again. Harrison Smith with the INT. And the Vikings are going to have it after his 2nd interception of the season. Wow, an aggressive choice to go for it on 4th and that kind of distance. And an equally aggressive play in coverage to pick that pass off.
Yeah, that down and distance, you're not running it right too far to get to the stick, so that defense had all eyes on the quarterback. They knew that pass was coming, and it's one thing to know it, it's another thing to execute it and go take it away. That's a big momentum swing for this defense.
And he is brought to a stop after he found plenty of room there to run.
Kate, that's the type of run that shines the light well on him as a runner, of course, but you got to give a lot of credit to everybody else. Those skill guys, when you have an outside run, they got to do their job. Not just the big boys up front, not just the running backs. That takes everyone on the perimeter blocking to get a big run like that.
They're now set for 1st and 10. Staying on the ground with Jones. 14 yards on a nice play there, and it gives them 1st and goal. So a timeout comes in. It looks like the defense using its first stops this game as we get close to our 2-minute warning.
I like that old adage, Kate. Winning begets winning. You know what happens in the league? Explosive plays beget explosive plays, which often beget scoring.
They'll run here with Jones. And he only manages one. Couple of defenders there to bring him down.
Okay, all right. There's a little progress on 1st and goal. You keep it safe, you push a little closer, and now you're set up for what you want to do on 2nd down.
It's the 2-minute warning here in Minneapolis. Vikings holding on to a field goal lead. Line of scrimmage once again, that 7-yard line as they get set, 2nd and goal. McCarthy gonna keep it himself. And the defense wins this rep. That's stopped at the line, and now they've got 3rd and goal. No surprises here. Defense quick to stop that clock. We've got 1:53 left in this game.
Man, it is tough to fool this defense with how they just react to these plays, Kate. They held that line, the QB keeper, it gets 0.
Big play coming up here as everyone gets set for 3rd and goal. He'll look to throw it. And he'll go down shy of the end zone. They mark him at the 4.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
The Vikings call a timeout. It'll be their first, as they'll get together and discuss with 4th down coming up. A lot of pressure on this kick for Will Reichert. This only a chip shot from the right hash. Kicked well, and this is good! And they're gonna grow their lead late, but still a 1-score ball game.
So after that make, a field goal won't cost them a lead, but a touchdown still ties it, or likely probably puts them down a point. Okay, this is one of those moments where the defense now has clarity. They know what the stakes are and what they have to defend.
Reichert set to kick this away. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. Good starting field position awaits the Bengals as they get set for 1st and 10. Handoff headed left to Brown. And he gets out of bounds to save that final timeout. This picks up the 1st down too.
Simply put, Kate, that is a drive starter extraordinaire.
Football on that 47-yard line, 1st down. Here he is to throw. Hits him on the in route. And he's taken down directly on that 43-yard line. Bengals have to move here. Clock's running as they hustle to the line. Back to throw. Buys time, rolling right. Nice work by the back here. Playing safety valve complete. And they're going to get to him after a gain of close to 5 as they send him out.
Kate, I don't know why every once in a while I'll get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason. But one of the veteran QBs said, hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions. You will never go broke taking a profit. Go get a completion. They're at a premium in this league.
Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. Setting up to pass. Escapes the sack. And he's tackled with a 1st down yardage. Bengals have to move here. Clock's running as they hustle to the line. Burrow throwing out of the pistol. And this one falls incomplete. Still 17 seconds left to play. Well, even with the pick on that last drive, partner, he is showing no hesitation whatsoever.
Well, in order to play this game, Kate, at this level, you've got to be aggressive. You can't let a previous mistake really affect your next decision. I'll say this as well. In the NFL, you throw into coverage too many times, there are going to be more interceptions.
The incompletion still at that 31-yard line, 2nd and 10. Burrow on the play action. Taking a big shot for the end zone. Oh, again, it looks like a pick, but they drop it. A chance to steal it away in the end zone, but they just can't finish the play.
That was it. That was their chance to escape this series. They were looking for a way out without giving up any points, and that was their ticket off the field. Unfortunately, they just couldn't quite hang on.
And he's brought down. They're going to mark him at the 14. So here's their 3rd and final timeout. 7 seconds left in this game.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. A lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
Up to the line, and they're set. 1st and 10. Going play action here. Burrow. And this one falls incomplete, so we're down to 4 seconds, and we'd assume our final snap. Looking for his wide receiver there. So 2nd down coming up.
Even the best of them could be hurried into a throw before they're ready, and that pressure just messed up all the timing, the rhythm, and the clock of the quarterback.
All still sitting on that 14-yard line. Here comes 2nd and 10. One final shot here. And the hit separates the football, and that is what ends this game. What a play! So it's a win for the Vikings. And there was no easing up. It took some white knuckling until the very end, but their defense carried that small lead through to the finish line as they escape with the victory. That does it for another broadcast of the NFL on EA Sports. With my partner in the booth, Brock Heward, I'm Kate Scott. The Vikings emerge as winners as we bid you farewell from Minneapolis.